everybody, and welcome to my channel. I like to kill two birds with one stone. So as I'm on my way to my friend's yard, I thought I should take time to tell you about my journey to Maroon Town, the cockpit country. So I went to Maroon Town to celebrate their 284th anniversary, and this was in sat nav, allow it to talk. This was 6th of January. So this was the 6th of January 2022. I travelled to Maroon Town, and I personally have such a connection with it. I'm not Maroon. I don't think I am. I don't have any connection really, like in my ancestral lineage, to Maroon people. However, their culture and what they stand for is so beautiful, and I love to see a movement that they have within a community in Jamaica be so independent and still have their grassroots culture, their music, their faith, their everything is so raw. So for me to go down to Maroon Town, it was very special. I travelled by myself to Maroon Town. Lots of people was like, are you mad? Are you crazy? I even had to talk to myself because I realised that I might be a bit mental. Like seriously, I might be a bit mental. Cockpit country, Maroon Town is way up in the hill of St. Elizabeth, and I went there on my ones from the morning, and I took local buses, cabs with my English accent, and still got around fine. So I'm going to just highlight some of the things that went on. You're going to see what I saw, what I went through. It is a beautiful experience, kind of scary at some points, but I do love the place, and it was lovely to know a bit more about Maroon people in the country. Along the journey of me actually going to Maroon Town, I had tracked every town that I stopped off to get another local bus, and I did that as a way to keep a track of how I'm going to come back. So this is a place I've never been before, and it actually took me roughly, I will say, about nearly 4 hours for me to even get to that place in Jamaica, and that's the furthest I've kind of travelled in Jamaica by myself. Was it similar to the time I went? No, it's the furthest I've ever travelled by myself in Jamaica. And so what I do if I'm travelling like that, and I know that I don't know the grounds as much, is I note take every stop and the prices, so I don't get bumped when I'm coming back either. So on the side you will find the prices that I paid for and which town I had to stop off to get the next route, and so on. And that journey in itself was a story and a half. I spent most of my time squashed on buses or squashed in local taxis, and having to wait sometimes in the car about 30 minutes for it to be filled. And well, that's the culture of it, you know, they have to wait until the whole car's filled. It's not like England where you can jump in a taxi and there's two of you, it's fine, they will just go ahead. So that was adding to the journey. As you can see, you will find a collapsed bridge. Now, this bridge was collapsed for over 6 months, and the government had done nothing to restore the bridge. And in order for me to carry on my journey, I had to go from one side to the other side, and the locals literally helped me get down to the valley, up again, just to carry on my journey and catch the next cab to Maroon Town. It was very eventful, very scary. I was screaming the whole way through it, and I just don't know who to trust, but I had to put my trust in God through the time. These are the certain experiences you will have in Jamaica. You just have to go with the flow. It's a what, sorry?
Ashanti store.
Ashanti.
And this is the family tree where they keep the celebration. The celebration takes place.
Okay.
And this is them building a room better.
Do you have your own money here?
No.
No. You use the Jamaican?
Yeah. We in Jamaica.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But your own people, like your own
Yeah,
nation.
Curry. Roll by Curry.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
I really don't know what's to deal with white rum, especially Ray and nephew, as a sign of memory of those who are lost. If anybody knows the connection between white rum and a death, please do comment below, because I was just seeing white rum poured on the ground, poured everywhere, splashed on the statues. I thought, what kind of juju? Yeah.
Celebration that passed away from long years ago. That's the cave here, Peace Cave. So they should come back and watch what more. We keep on happy here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why do you do the march? Why do you do this march?
Celebrate Captain Culture Victory.
Okay.
And so we have some great men in North last week.
Do you have your own passport?
What's
this? Yeah, my dad the first one.
We have a jar. We have a shepherd.
The what?
Shepherd.
What's that called?
Careful.
Oh.
See the British and writing. Some sharp, they're hanging in
Oh, yeah,
water.
William Nip, yeah.
Hanging birthday boxes.
Some sharp, yeah. Okay. I think we have to pause here. We have to pause here because I need to tell you what exactly happened at this point. What exactly happened was I got starstruck. So I got to see the chief of the Maroons, and basically I asked, I said, you know what, I'm a VIP here and I would like to see the chief of the Maroons. I got to see the chief of the Maroons, and and I had to wait for him. I had to wait for him for like an hour. So I waited for him in the office. So I waited for him, and he comes with an entourage of men, like big men, beautiful black chocolatey, all the chocolate mixture men. And they came. So I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my days. And then I saw him, and all the questions I've wanted to ask about Maroon and developments and things going forward, I couldn't even ask. I think I asked 2 questions, and all through that interview, I was going, and I was doing that because I was mesmerized by the chief's beauty. He might have had the mask on, but I've seen him without the mask. He's an handsome fella. Unfortunately, he's taken and so on, but he's a handsome fella. I like to appreciate beauty. So I ruined the whole of the interview by my starstruck madness, and it was just annoying how I did that, because I travelled nearly 4 hours to get to Maroon Town, see the chief of the Maroons, and I did that. you know, not that many people get to even have a conversation with him. And I had a conversation and ruined the whole interview by my ummin and ahmings. The good thing about obviously this, if I wanted to clear it up, I can probably take out the ums and the ahs out of it. But yeah, I just thought I'd just play you that and you can see and make your thoughts about it. So what's the development, the next step for the Maroon Town?
Right, so our next move is to try and put proper mechanisms in place to preserve our history and our culture.
Yeah.
Our museum, as you can see, needs some work.
Yeah.
And a lot of the pictures we have here are not being catered to, I'd say, properly.
Okay.
So, you know, we'd want to ensure we have a proper museum with proper equipment, technology that can be used to create a database that would then, you know, carry on the history, the legacy.
And are you fundraising at the moment? Is there anywhere that people can support this move?
Yes, I have a GoFundMe page. It's Projects by Chief Curry.
Yeah.
And you can find that as well as persons can make direct contributions through our bank account, which that information I think I have up on my Instagram.
Okay, I can
right.
tell.
But we have a lot that we need to do.
Yeah.
And the resources are lacking, but the hearts that are willing still stand tall. And as you can see, we've gone through quite a bit of upgrades in terms of repainting and, you know, resetting the museum.
Are these fresh paintings on the wall? Okay.
Yes, well, not the murals, but the walls around the murals were repainted, right? And we did a lot. We've done a lot of work.
I know.
But
we've
there's still so much more to do.
We've been seeing it on a page and some news page that we've done.
Yes. So.
Okay, so this is the original church for Accompong Town. It's the Maroons village. So I'm heading there right now. We're gonna get to see some beautiful history. Okay, so this is the original part of the church. This is how it would authentically look like from the outside. Unfortunately, we can't go in, but this is how it looks like. After the interview with the chief of Maroons, I did like the tour and I went to like just spend time around there. I even got bumped off jerk chicken. Coming back now was quite unsettling for me. It's funny, that was the first time I kind of felt fearful in Jamaica, and I have to be honest with myself. Like, I can say, yeah, I went there by myself and came back, and I'm alive, you know. But seriously, I understand why the locals say do not go out by yourself in Jamaica at night. Do not do that. And I done that, like literally I done that. I left Maroon Town around about 6. So I wanted to leave there early, by the way, but it's just because getting a taxi to come and get me was just taking long, and I've got his number and I said, you know what, I'm ready, come. And the path going up to Maroon Town is not an easy path. It's really rocky, it's scary, it's like cliffs upon cliffs. So he came and got me and we went back down. So as we got back down from the hill from Maroon Town, already it was getting black, like getting pitch dark. I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's like 6:45 now and it's pitch dark. So I was just like, yeah, it's cool. Got to Magati. From Magati, I took another taxi, and I just went from taxi to taxi until one of the drivers like literally turned around and said, I'm not driving anymore, I'm not going here, I don't want to go here, I'm going to go home. And I thought it's just a joke, but all in the car we paid the money, and he's like, oh, I want to go home, I can't drive anymore. He's basically saying he's tired. So he's like, yeah, I'll drop you off at Santa Cruz. Went to Santa Cruz now, and everybody, I said, oh, I want to get to Brownstown. They said, nobody's going Brownstown now. No one's going Brownstown. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm stuck in Santa Cruz. The only good thing about Santa Cruz, it's got lights, and it was quite crowded. And then I met a gentleman, and I don't like, I can't lie actually, I feel like I'm lying now. I met a gentleman who was really gentlemanly and he coached me on what to get. He even got onto the same cab as me. Cab, he's not even cab, but a local taxi, route taxi as me. And he said, you know what, I'm going to this place, I think it's Spare Town or whatever, Spare Town, not Stair Town, Sperling or whatever like that. And he goes, you know what, I'm going to Sperling. Sperling is closer to Brownstown. I'm going to make sure you get there safe. He coached me in Sperling. He even paid, Jamaica man, paid for my travel from Santa Cruz to Sperling. So it's actually crazy because I never knew how much money I had left. So I said, all right, he's paid for my thing to Sperling, and that cost around, I think it was about $500 or something like that. So he paid for that, and I thought, and I paid the $150. It was $150 for him. Remember, I don't know how much money. I never count back how much money I've got. In my head, I'm thinking I can use oh, I've got to go to the toilet. Sorry, I need to go. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm back. My bladder. Woo! My words, Baba. Literally, I don't even know where to finish from. I do remember. So what had happened, wait, let me just get a moment to just, you know, settle. Okay guys, so what had happened, yeah, as I told you, this guy came with me to head back home basically, and he was such a gentleman, and I felt safe because while I was in the car I was thinking and listening to everybody and the amount of different people that's coming in and out. Some of them look kind of scary and it's night, and they're talking up all kind of things, saying this one I dead and that one I dead. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Lord, just help me. I was just doing little prayers in my heart. Lord, show me a way, take me out of here, make me get home. I need to get home because I need to get married and I need to have children. But you know, that was some parts of the prayer. Look, you can see how pitched up and how much people's in the car. I felt like I was stuck, especially like going to stops where they're saying, oh, we're no longer going here, we're no longer going here, we're no longer going there. I really got like, how am I actually going to get home, Lord, you know? So what had happened was when I finally got to Brownstown, because that's more on the route of near like St Anne's, I felt a bit safe. I don't know why, I just felt like, yeah, I know Brownstown, I know how to get my way from here. I finally got a taxi from Brownstown, and the guy said he's going to go to, what did he said he's going to go to? He said that he's going to go to Duncan's. I think it was Duncan's. And I said, okay, I kind of know where Duncan's is and whatever. And I said, okay, that's fine. Yeah, take me there. It's fine. And then half like way, he was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Ochi. It's fine. I'm going to Ochi. And I said, okay, once I get to Ochi, I'll just find something from there. So just imagine me and this driver driving a long way from Brownstown to get to Ochi. And then he said, you know what? Where do you live? Like that. And I hate giving up where I live, especially at night. And I thought, am I crazy? Lord, do I tell him? And I thought, I've got to tell him where I live. I've got to tell him where I live. And I just made out like it's my holiday home, people waiting there. So I said, oh yeah, I live at Draxhall, you know. Can you drop me there? Because my auntie's waiting up for me and everything. I just made up some lie. So my auntie's waiting up for me and blah, 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 blah. So what had happened, he's like, yeah, I'll drop you there, you know, I'll drop you there. And I finally looked at my purse and I said, oh my gosh, I've got $700. how am I going to get home? How am I going to pay this guy? Just imagine I turn around and I say, oh, I've only got $700. It's going to be like, but the whole ride alone cost like 1,500. So I thought, let me just hold it, let me not say anything. So halfway through, as we're getting along the journey, I said, as I'm approaching home, I said, oh, how much is the price, like that? And he said, you know, I'm going to charge you $700. And no, like literally, when he said $700, I was like, that is the blessings of God, the Father of Abraham, the Father of Isaac. That is the blessing of God. So I had 700 Jamaican dollars left in my purse, and a man, for him to turn around, he's going to drop me at my gate for 700 Jamaican dollars. That's, I know for sure that was a blessing of God. So that was really my journey to Maroon Town. It was such an eventful day, just an eventful day. Like, it was scary. The journey getting there was kind of scary because I was thinking, do I really know how I want to get back? Anyways, I'm still gonna go. I had this kind of teenage kind of mindset, which is kind of crazy, and when that kicks in, I've got to really get that maturity side of me to get back in. It takes quite a long while, especially when the sun hits me. When the sun hits me, I just like, I'm like free willy. It's crazy. But the journey of it all, I will say, it was very educational. I will say that they need to probably work on the presentation of the tour. It wasn't really as professional. However, they've got things that are so historic there, and they've got people who are keeping up with the traditions and really making you know more about what really happened within Jamaica. Understanding the slave trade, understanding how it worked and who came and took over Jamaica, and how the Ghanaians still kept present within Jamaica. It's just beautiful to see it, and to see how they keep that presence there is something that I've always wanted to know about. I never thought I would actually get a time to really know about Maroon Town. The next day after my journey to Maroon Town, I had heard of unsettling news. This was moments after I had left Maroon Town, and it was so upsetting to hear that 6 people were shot, leaving 1 child dead. So it really paints a picture of how dangerous things can escalate during the moments of enjoyment, and things can turn sour very quick. So once again, I do tell anyone visiting not only Jamaica but visiting islands, especially islands that have high crime rates, please do be mindful and leave at a good time.